All fine? Welcome back to go ahead with electrochemistry. Yesterday, if you remember, we stopped with Nernst equation, and then I had asked you to see some solid examples in the textbook and of us go into exercise and solve some problems. Right? What is that I am talking about? Nernst equation. Oh, Prajwal, Basura, they are looking at me. Let me see what spelling sir will write for Nernst equation. And of course, we will tell, sir, this is some alphabet is missing, all that. You will tell, I know. Right? For that only yesterday I did not write. You know the correct spelling, no, now? So even if I write wrong, accept it. No, correct it, and we'll go ahead. What is that equation? Nernst equation. Nernst equation. We discussed that. What is that? E cell, when concentrations are not equal in both the half cells at the time, if concentrations are different, how EMF varies. For that, E cell equal to E naught cell minus 0.059 divided by n log concentration of the electrolyte in the left half cell divided by concentration of the electrolyte in the right half cell. That is a simplified version that we had. Now, if you have solved that, or if you have understood that solid example in the textbook, page number 71, that one more thing which you have to keep in mind when you are writing this expression like this and going ahead. For this, again, we have a clue. What is the clue? When you want to write an expression for equilibrium constant. An expression for equilibrium constant, always the reactions are not of the type A plus B gives C plus D and reverse. No, this is not always the same way. And what that which you had understood? Yes, A plus BB gives CC plus DD. And now for that, when we had represented equilibrium constant K equal to, what that which you had done? Product of concentration of C and D. Right? And in that expression we had written concentrations C to the power C, D to the power D, A to the power A, B to the power B. Don't forget those power terms. Same thing we have to make use. If that understanding, if you remember, now when you go for this expression, what is that expression? On page number 17, this is the problem that is given. Mg plus 2Ag plus gives Mg2 plus 2Ag. This is the cell reaction that is taking place. For this, if I have to represent Nernst equation, what that which I should do? E cell equal to E naught cell minus 0.059 by 2 I had already explained yesterday. Maximum number of electrons transfer that is taking place. 2 into log of concentration of the electrolyte in the left half cell. What is the left half cell? Magnesium is, or magnesium depleted magnesium sulfate, something like that, where concentration of Mg2 plus I should write. In the right half cell, what I have is Ag plus. Simply if I write Mg2 plus and Ag plus concentration, we commit a mistake. What is that which I have in the equation? Mg1, here 2. So that I should write as expression only when I take square of the concentration of Ag plus ions in the right half cell and do that calculation, then it will be right. Don't forget to write expression like this, and then afterwards take the values square of it, then you will get E cell. So in general, don't take A plus B gives C plus D, no. See that equation and then afterwards solve the problem. Done? Right. Next we'll go ahead. We'll go back to other simple example. Zn plus Cu2 plus gives Zn2 plus Cu in an electrochemical cell. That is the redox reaction that has taken place. And if I construct electrochemical cell for that, under standard conditions I get 1.1 volts. Now question is, will I continuously get 1.1 volts? So if I think that, okay, no problem, I have this electrochemical cell, salt bridge is there, everything is there, will I get 1.1 volts? No, I will not get 1.1 volts continuously. So with time, the amount of voltage that I am going to derive will go on decreasing, and at one point in time it becomes 0. Why it will happen like that? Again, there is a reason. What is the reason? With the time, in the left half cell, Zn undergoes oxidation to form Zn2 plus ions. What will happen in the left half cell? Zn2 plus ion concentration is increasing. No doubt, from the salt bridge, other ions are coming and neutralizing. But at the same time, on the other side, in the right half cell, you have got Cu2 plus ions. Cu2 plus ions go on getting reduced because of the electrons that got transferred. So with the time, in that electrolyte, you may have no more Cu2 plus ions. If no more Cu2 plus ions are there, why electrons will go from zinc end to the copper end? There is nobody to accept electrons. Here, as Zn gets oxidized to Zn2 plus, so with the time, concentration of Zn2 plus will increase. Concentration of Zn2 plus increases. Again we have that relation. Zn undergoes oxidation to form Zn2 plus 2 electrons. If the concentration of Zn2 plus increases in that Le Chatelier principle, and after some time there is no more Zn which can undergo oxidation to form Zn2 plus. So with the time, zinc is there, but it will not further undergo oxidation. Other side, there is no more Cu2 plus to get reduced. At that time, you have got the electrochemical cell, but there is no flow of electron taking place. You cannot derive any voltage. So at that time, what is the voltage that we derive? 0. So don't think that once you construct the cell, lifelong you will get 1.1 volts. So only if you have the torch cell with you, first day, see the amount of brightness that you have. With the days that progresses, offers it the amount of light that you get from that. Slowly it will diminish, and one fine day you start saying that now this cell is of no use, we will throw it. Why? Because EMF of the cell will go on decreasing. So once it decreases, it has reached to 0. Once it has decreased to 0, that means some oxidation reaction taking place that reduces to 0. It gives me some meaning. What is the meaning? Again, is equal to inner cell minus 0.059 for this system to n equal to 2 log concentration in the left half cell Zn2 plus right half cell concentration of the electrolyte Cu2 plus. So once I don't derive any voltage from this, that means E cell equal to 0. E cell equal to 0. That means inert cell, if this is 0, inert cell, and this, what is that? Inert cell must be equal to 0.059 by 2 into log. So once I don't get any voltage from the cell, 0. That means your electrochemical cell has reached a state of equilibrium. Once it has reached a state of equilibrium, now I can make use of this relation that I have for a different purpose. What is that different purpose? 0.059. Now, what is that which I have? Inert cell I know. That means 1.1 volts. That is there with me. Now, what is this value? That means that is not giving any voltage. This is equal to that value. Now, how to find out? Inert cell equal to that. Now, from this relation, I want to find out the value of concentrations of Zn2 plus ions in the left half cell, concentration of Cu2 plus ion in the right half cell. I can rewrite this relation. How I can rewrite the relation? Inert cell into 2, I can rewrite, is equal to, they are equal. Now these two I have sent, equal to 0.059 into, what is value? Into log of concentration of Zn2 plus and Cu2 plus. Right? If I want to find out what is concentration of Zn2 plus by concentration of Cu2 plus in that system that I have, it is nothing but Kc, equilibrium. Because Zn2 plus Cu, solid, Cu2 plus Cu, concentration of the solid is 1. Same way Cu2 plus Zn, concentration is 1. Unity gets cancelled. What is finally remaining is these two concentrations. When you have that expression for equilibrium constant. So if I simplify this, what is that which I am going to get? Equilibrium constant when concentrations are known. So when concentration is known, then what is that which I do? Instead of writing all this, I will call it as log Kc for the system. Now I can replace this further. If I can replace it further, how I can do? 0.059 by 2, 0.059 into, this is the relation that I have, 0.059 into, these two I have sent this side. Next what I can do, replace it. If I send that 0.059 this side, what will happen? Now this is the relation that I have. If I send that 0.059 here, I am left with log Kc. Now if I want to know Kc, what is that which I should do? For all that which I simplify, I should find antilog of it. If I find antilog of the simplified value from this, I will get Kc value. If the Kc value is very high, right? If the Kc value is very high, that means that reaction was more towards, that forward reaction was easily taking place. Clear? Kc will tell me to what extent the reaction took place. Right? By the time it becomes equal to equilibrium constant. If the K value is very high, that means those reactions took very fast. So only you have a high concentration of Zn2 plus and low concentration of 2 plus. Clear? So that means once you know electromotive force of the cell, what that which I am arriving at? Equilibrium constant. We only determined EMF of the cell. From the EMF of the cell, we are going one more step ahead by making use of that to calculate equilibrium constant of the cell. Last year, what that which we had done to know the equilibrium constant? We determined the concentrations. Then afterwards we put in that expression for equilibrium constant. We calculated equilibrium constant. Now, very simple. Whatever is that value is going to be log Kc. You know the system? You will come to know log Kc. Find out equilibrium constant. Clear? And with the help of equilibrium constant, last year we had done something. With the help of equilibrium constant, we had done some other calculations. What is that? Is the reaction taking place spontaneously? Is the reaction taking place non-spontaneously? How to tell that? We told with the help of delta Z. With the help of delta Z, we found out delta Z equal to. We understood in different ways how to arrive at delta Z. One way was delta Z equal to delta H minus T delta S. One way. Other way, delta Z equal to minus RT ln K. What is this minus RT ln K? Once you know equilibrium constant, you can find out delta Z. So that means once you have the electrochemical cell at work, what is the decrease in its free energy? So when the electrochemical cell is at work, it is giving you energy. There is decrease in its free energy. How much it is? You can tell. So from state of equilibrium, we could calculate delta Z. So this way also we can arrive at delta Z. Other way is, I had told again last year, once again, I am just I am recalling again. If under standard conditions you are finding out delta Z naught equal to minus NF E naught, what is NF E naught? Again, depending on what is the electrochemical cell, how many number of electrons are involved in maximum for the transfer of oxidation and reduction process. F Faraday, I told the value yesterday. E naught, what is that? EMF of the cell that you are determining. So take those values, arrive at delta Z. So if you know EMF of the cell, you can calculate equilibrium constant. Once you know equilibrium constant, you can calculate delta Z. Once you know EMF of the cell, you can calculate directly delta Z. So these are the things which you have to keep in mind and then solve the problem. Don't think that always with an Nernst equation you will be asked only to find out EMF of the cell. No. These are the other ways that questions will come. How to solve them? We should know the relations. How this can be interpreted to calculate others. Clear? So with change in concentrations, electromotive force will go on changing at particular time. When the cell is at work, it comes to nil. At that time, what it means to us, as I just explained, keep that in mind. Now, with these understandings, now where I can make use of this electricity that I have produced, where else I can make use of these understandings, that we'll see tomorrow. Today, only small amount, right? But you have to pay attention to all this. There are many problems related to that. Once you solve, then afterwards you will gain confidence. Take care. See you.